Are you trying to do any of the Marvel style? Like, do you want to do any of those big pictures or?
I would love to. My problem with a lot of those is they look like they're not director centric, so you can't tell the director. And the only person that did one of the big budget
No.
action films that you can is obviously Christopher Nolan. He has a very distinct style, but he works outside of that world. Those are very much based around, I worked on a few of them as a stuntman, and it's, for whatever reason, it's more like an old studio where the studio head was in control of the product more than the director was in control of the artistic decisions that were being made. They were a very strict template to stick to because of comic books. I guess Taika Waititi did his own sort of spin on it, but no, it's not necessarily. I loved comic books and superheroes as a kid, but it's not quite where I see myself. But who knows? I should be so lucky to ever be offered one. You know what I mean?
Which one would you want to direct? Like, which one that stands out that you'd be like, oh, I'd love to at least take my shot at that hero?
I liked Punisher growing up. That was one I liked. But I loved the 2000 AD comics growing up as well, the English ones. But Judge Dredd and Sponty the Dog and Slade and the Slain, which I know the writer of because he also wrote Accident Man, the comic. And I tried to talk about doing Slain with him with Scott Adkins, which he's like a Conan the Barbarian type character who has these moments where he turns into a berserk beast who can pull anyone apart. And then, not the Incredible Hulk, it's even more monstrous than that. And then he goes back to being this barbarian. He's extraordinarily uncouth and raunchy and bloody, and exists in this fantasy world of dragons and monsters. And that was something that both Scott and I were, this would be awesome. But it's tough. It's tough. It would require a lot of money to do it. You couldn't do it for 10 million. It would be very, you'd have to start going north of that, and then it gets very difficult with our names, to stay attached to it. So that was a comic book I really, really enjoyed and had hoped for. But in the Marvel thing, I think I like the more, the Punishers and the what's the Hunter one that they just did with Aaron Taylor Johnson. I liked it, that character, and then I like Luke Cage as well.
Luke Cage, okay.
I like the guys that the peripheral to the Spider-Man, the Superman, the Thor.
Yeah,
I always thought really cool, but I liked those all the cool kid characters. I like the guys
more the outcaster type guys. You like.
They got away with slightly more obscure storylines, and they could do wacky stuff like go back in time or go to the other side of the universe and it was an opposite. There was slightly more wild, and I like that.
Yeah,